Bryant Mock, the man of the hour, is just back from Sundance, where a film that he was a producer on world premiered. Congratulations, Bryant. We want to hear all about your Sundance experience, but first we want to learn a little bit more about you. Can you tell us where you were born and where you grew up, Bryant?
Well, I was born and raised up and through high school in western Iowa, in a little town called Blanco. I went to school in Ottawa. I graduated and traveled around the country and did various things, trying to find myself. I went into college and it really wasn't for me. I was too young and wild. I ended up on the beach of Alabama. It was beautiful down there, and ended up bartending on the beach and being in the restaurant business for, well, 15 years, I guess.
So when did you actually start your career in filmmaking?
I'd always, in the back of my head, had visions and dreams of becoming into the film industry or be involved with make-believe, I guess is what it is. I never really expanded on it. It really, when I was young, it's not like it was now. They didn't have cameras that you could go out and shoot, and editing. You had to shoot on film. It was too expensive. It just wasn't really available as it is now. So when that came into light, I guess around, well, Hurricane Ivan hit us in 2004, and it wiped out the place that I was running. And I went to Costa Rica and stayed down there for 3 months and decided I'm not going to go back and rebuild and get back into the bar business. I'm going to fulfill what I've always wanted to do, which was get into the film business. And that's exactly what I did. I came back to Alabama, and I, of course, started bartending just to keep money coming in, and just started learning voraciously, reading books, volunteering on sets for free. And I was lucky enough to work on a couple of nationally syndicated shows for Animal Planet and Travel Channel. They came through because of the hurricane. So the hurricane was kind of my blessing in disguise, really. It changed me, had me change course for a career, and I got a couple of big-time jobs out of it. And I just kind of learned from, I guess, 2004 and on.
After you moved back to Iowa, you actually left for a while to be a producer on a movie, Prairie Love. Can you tell us about that?
Dusty Bias, the director, writer, called me up and said, you know, do you want to help produce this film with us? And I said, yeah, sure. It was a feature independent film that was right up my alley. And I said, yeah, bring it on. Send me the script. Where do we go? What do we do? And he chose to have the setting in North Dakota. And next thing I know, a couple weeks later, I'm in the car, packed up all the warm clothing, went and bought warm clothing, and I'm on my way to North Dakota to make a feature film.
Now let's watch the trailer for Prairie Love.
So, back in the day, like hundreds of years ago, when they rode horses with wagons trying to get west before winter. Anyway, sometimes something or other would go wrong and they wouldn't make it far enough west before winter hit, and they'd be stuck out in the cold, you know, out in the prairie with nothing. So, I mean, you can about imagine what that would be like.
Seen it 1,000 times. Nodak sits in his truck, wrapped in his floor mats. It pulls the cushion out of his seat like his little mouse in there trying to make a nest. You know what I'm saying? They would have found you eventually.
Listen, I found you laying in the middle of the road, way back there, just way back, far back yesterday, okay?
Nodak's girl. Women's Corrections, 331 McKinsey Avenue, New England, North Dakota. Nodak has a girlfriend.
Say, I want your help.
I want your help.
I want your help.
Get up!
Stand up! Calm down and stand up. Okay, listen to me. Now listen to me!
I think you're a little nuts is what I think.
She knows you're coming. Yeah, she does. Without knowing what you look like. But what if you don't make it there?
Oh, you look so different than I thought. Nathaniel Walker Shoemaker. Hi.
Hi.
This is so odd to me. Don't you think you're moving a little fast?
What was it like to see your film screened at Sundance?
The ultimate goal in being an independent film is to make it to the so-called majors, and obviously Sundance is a major film festival. It's pretty much top of the list. So to be there and have a film that you worked on be there was the ultimate, really. And it was Park City was a beautiful place. There was great camaraderie amongst other filmmakers there. I have to be honest, I thought there was going to be kind of some pretentious people and it was going to be too much, quote, Hollywood, quote, kind of thing. But it really wasn't like that. It was filmmakers from around the world, doing the same thing that I do and what we do. We're there for the passion of making film.
What are your plans now, Bryant?
Well, I'm basically been doing limited little projects as before. I've been going to film festivals. I'm going to the Miami International Film Festival next week to attend Filmapalooza for 48 because we won again this year. And I'm working on various projects. One is kind of an art house film on a train set that's been in Iowa here for 25 years because we'll have total control over it and we want to make a story using a miniature train set, and that's kind of a unique thing. So I'm looking at that. I've got a feature I've been working on for almost 2 years now, but I want to make sure it's perfect and it's right, and so I don't want to jump the gun. And I'm polishing up the script on that, and it's going to be very hard to find the actors because it's very dialogue driven. And so the actors will basically carry the film. I mean, it'll be shot stylized, but it's dialogue driven. So I'm going to take extra care in picking out the people that I want to be in it.
So Bryant, do you have anything to add that I haven't already asked you?
I guess just that, surprisingly to me that Iowa is a great place to be an independent filmmaker. I never thought I would say that. I never really would. But Iowa has a lot going for it. There's a lot of great talent here. And not just in acting, but in the physicality of shooting. We have just the greatest pieces of equipment here as they do in Hollywood, or access to it. There's great acting talent here. There's great film community here. I know about all the whole tax credit thing went down, but that was bringing in major motion pictures here as an industry. That was a great thing, but I don't think it's by any means the death of the filmmaking community in Iowa. You can make films, we can do our own thing, we can finance within our communities. You can be part of a film and don't have to put in $50,000. I mean, you can make a feature film for $40,000 and somebody pitch in $1,000 here or $5,000 there, and you just come up with a really, really good script, and you write scripts that are within the economy of what you want to shoot. It takes place in a small town or what have you, and we can make great independent cinema right here without the big Hollywood flash, budgets.